It's a cartoon for tweens about biblical themes. They produce little plays, they get carried away. A flamingo, a sock, yeah, most things can talk. Correct. There's Tina and Joey and Becky and Todd. There's Lena and Jerry, they're already odd, but they still find a way to learn more about God. Connect.
Let me get this straight, Joseph. Your brothers took your awesome rainbow coat, threw you in a pit, and sold you into slavery, and then your slave boss made you head of the household until his wife made a pass at you. You refused, she got angry, and framed you for illicit hanky-panky, which got you thrown into Egyptian prison next to I, the humble cupbearer. Is that an appropriate distilling of your woe?
Yea, humble cupbearer.
That is rough, Joseph. That is rough and tumble.
What crime hath thou committed to warrant imprisonment?
I dropped and shattered 8 of Pharaoh's goblets. Pharaoh threw me down here to think about what I did. Speaking of cups, I had a dream last night.
Was it a pleasant dream?
Nothing is pleasant when I shut my eyes.
Humble baker, you too had a dream?
More like a night terror.
And wouldn't you know it, the prison dream interpreter threw out his back, so there's no one to interpret our dreams.
Humble cupbearer, humble baker, tell me your dreams.
You should probably stretch first.
Todd!
Okay, so there's this vine with 3 branches with 3 clusters of grapes hanging off. Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and then Pharaoh shows up, but it's not Pharaoh. I mean, it's him, but he kind of looks like my dad. Anyway, he drinks from the cup, and then I woke up.
This is what your dream means. The 3 branches are 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will restore your position.
Bonus!
Go ahead, humble baker.
I had a dream. I was carrying bread, and I dropped the bread, and the birdies ate the bread.
Pharaoh's gonna cut off your head and impale your body on a pole.
That's not age appropriate.
Humble cupbearer, when all goes well for you, remember me and show me kindness. Put in a good word for me with Pharaoh.
It's the first thing I'll do. You gotta admit, I'm showing improvement.
Humble cupbearer, I just had the oddest dream. And the palace dream interpreter sprained his knee, so he's out until Ra knows when.
Those guys need to limber up before they interpret dreams. Say, remember when you threw me in jail like 2 years ago? I just now remembered I was supposed to tell you about this Hebrew named Joseph who interprets dreams. Seriously, this guy is good.
Bring this Joseph to me. So, the humble cupbearer told me you have a knack for interpreting dreams.
I cannot do it, but God will give Pharaoh the answers he seeks.
Okay, so in the dream, there's 7 fat cows that get eaten by 7 thin, ugly cows. And then 7 plump stalks of grain get eaten by 7 withered stalks of grain. And also, the withered grain looks a lot like my dad.
God is giving Pharaoh a farming forecast. 7 years of great abundance are coming all across Egypt, followed by 7 years of severe famine.
So, the next 14 years ought to be handled delicately and with care.
You should store the grain surplus from the first 7 years to prepare for the lean 7 to follow.
Sounds great. Go ahead and do that. That thing you just said.
Wait, what? Seriously?
It's done. You're now in charge of all Egypt. Hey, everybody, if you need anything in the next 14 years, talk to Joseph. Okay? Okay.
Well, that was abrupt. Something to drink? Joseph heeded his own advice, and it totally worked out. Joseph forgave his brothers for selling him into slavery and assured them that while they meant to totally wreck his life, God meant it for good. Which brings us to the moral of the story, that God is always in control, each event carefully planned out, with Joseph a spiritual wooden puppet forever at the Almighty's mercy and whim. The end.
No. Children, your play was lovely and adorable, but I'm afraid you've come away with the wrong lesson entirely. More often than not, suffering comes from evil human intent. God's actions are in response to suffering and evil, and the resulting good is not always immediately apparent. But if you look close enough, from far enough away, you might just realize that suffering and hardship and tears, death and strife will be constants for all of your life. There'll always be pain, but you can sing in the rain, for the Lord turns evil into good. Evil into good. When your troubles won't bend and it seems there's no end, and the
crisis is too much to bear. You gripe and you groan, but know you're never alone, for the Lord turns evil into good.